In order for you to master trend trading, we will talk about the ADX indicator today, one of the most important tools and one of the most popular tools for technical analysis in trend trading, which helps you to tell whether the market is in a trend and how strong that trend is, which makes it a really good tool to help traders identify the strongest and most profitable trends to trade. So let's take a closer look. I've already applied the ADX to the chart, which calculation is based on a moving average, usually in the settings with the last 14 candles, but you can adjust it if you need it. I've already signed in the most important marks that we need for our trading, which is at first the 20 threshold, because this tells us, let me scroll real quick, below the 20 the trend is absent or weak. So there's not really a clear direction in the market, more sideways range, but as soon as the market breaks through the trendy line, we have a building trend. So between 20 and 40 we have a strong trend, above 40 till 70 we even have a very strong trend, and above 70 an extremely strong trend, which is at the same time really rare because 70 is really extreme. Since you see here, we sometimes come above the 40, but the peaks here, for example, is 45, so 70 is a lot higher and really rare. Now that you know the basics, let's dive into the price action and take a look. So as mentioned before, below 20 there's a weak or no trend at all, so it's not really attractive for a trade here. So you see here we dive below and you see the market is going sideways, but here it dives through, and this is after the moment where there is coming momentum in the market and the market is continuing the accumulation, so continuing the movement of the trending direction. But here, when the ADX is coming above 40, this is an indication we are already in a really strong trend and the trend may end soon. So above 40 we have to pay attention that the trend may end soon here. So the trend movement. Of course, it doesn't mean that the overall trend has to end. As we see here, we have a really beautiful downwards trend with swings, but here you see the swing, the downwards impulse is ending here, and we're going into a distribution, so a pullback within the downwards trend. And during this time, the ADX is narrowing again to the 20 line. So the ADX itself is not giving us any directional information. It's only giving us the information about the strength of the trend. So no matter if the ADX is going up or down, this is no indication for going long or short. There is a possibility to apply that to the chart as well, but we will talk about that part later. Therefore, make sure you stay tuned till the end of this video so you get prepared for your trend trading. So let's move on. We see here after the ADX barely touches the 20 line, it moves on going further up and also breaking through the 40 line, which is an indication for us again that the trend is strong here and the movement may end soon. And as you see, during the movement from the 20 to the 40, we had a trending movement. And when the mark is crossed and dives lower, the movement is breaking up and we have a pullback starting into the long direction, so against the trend direction. And after that, the ADX lowers again, narrowing and breaking through the 20 line. This is a time when there is more of a sideways range. Then there is again movement coming into the market, the bears take over, there's momentum, and in that moment the ADX breaks through the 20 line from downside to the upside again, which is a possible entry for a trade. Of course, the ADX is no whole strategy. It is a really good indicator, but should be used with additional rules. So for an entry, we would of course go a time frame deeper and look for additional confirmation to find an entry. But to show you better, I will place this order. Stop loss would be somewhere here above the last high, and we would be trading short. And here, when the ADX is crossing the 40 line to the top, we are in a really strong trend and we need to pay attention. So if we would end this trade right here at this mark, we would perfectly have a really nice trade with a risk reward ratio of more than 2. And what is even more important, because this is just an example to show you, we see here that the trend movement is ending here. So the 40 line is really a good indication for a high possibility that the trend movement is breaking up and the market may turn into the opposite direction like it does exactly here. So the market is moving against the trend and the ADX is falling, narrowing the 20 line again and going through. And during this time where the ADX is moving below the 20 line, we see that there is not really a decision in the market. The market is making new highs, but I will erase it to show you. The market is moving and making new highs, but not really clear highs. So there's not really confirmation for a trend reversal here. But then there is movement coming into the market and the market is breaking with the momentum through the last high. You see here a really beautiful long candle. And then the market is rising again, and then that is where the ADX is breaking through. And now the ADX is spending quite a lot of time below the 20, and you see there is no clear trend during this time. We are not making any new highs or lows, so the market is just moving within the sideways range, and this is represented by the ADX below 20. But then, right at this point, the ADX breaks through, comes for a short time back below the 20, but then breaking through again. And you see these are exactly the moments where the market is making new higher highs, and this would be a really beautiful long trade here as well. But then the market comes down again, represented by the ADX lowering against. In this case, we should end the trade. And at this point, it really makes clear that this has nothing to do with the trend direction, because here you see right here, this trade would be a long trade, would be a short one, but a good one. And when the ADX is falling, we should pay attention and don't trade further long. It is diving shortly below the 20 line and then rising up to the 40 line. And this is also a beautiful trade entry, but in this case, a trade entry short. And if you want to use the ADX also with showing you if you need to trade long or short, you can combine it with two other indicators, the positive directional indicator and the negative directional indicator. Let me apply it to the chart real quick. Here we have the directional movement index. Let me apply it. And here you see in the directional moving index, we have the ADX here in red. You see compared, it is exactly the same. But what you have in addition is these two yellow and blue lines. And the blue one is representing the positive directional indicator and the yellow one, the negative directional indicator. So you see right here, there is indecision since they are crossing first in one direction and then in the other. So you see right at that point there is indecision in the market and no clear movement. But then the yellow one crosses the blue one and then they are moving far apart from each other. So the yellow one, the negative one, is higher than the blue one. So this is an indication for a short trend here. And the opposite, if we go a little further here, there's a short indecision in the market. But then the blue line is above the yellow one, really clear. And this is a phase for a long trade. So you see, there is a possibility for you to also tell the trend direction. You need to find out yourself if you rather work with the DMI or the ADX. Just apply both and try it yourself and see which one works for you best. That's it for this video. The ADX, a really powerful tool. I hope this video helped you to understand what it is, how powerful it is for trend trading, and how to use it yourself. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give this video a like, and if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel to be up to date for new videos coming soon. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.